Hi, Ethan Alon, yeah. Papa is reading a novel, Morms, Somerset Maughams, right? One of my favorite writers. Even he is called the second class. The short story I'm reading is called The Verger. Yeah, somebody works in a church, right? When I just finished the first paragraph, I got some feeling, right? I got some feeling. I feel that the description of the habit of the Verger, I think it must be similar to the writer. Well, by the way, I just finished wine, the white wine, and I continue with this red wine. So maybe I got a little bit drunk. The wine is very cheap because that's something gift. When I bought two bottle of white wines and the Jingdong internet shop, the biggest shopping mall online. They add another wine. So I think it's very cheap. It's called what to say it? Right. It's a red wine. So so by the way, I bought this wine and try because October is the month of wines, red and white wine. Because the weather is getting cooler. Unlike the last month, it's very hot, so I drink a lot of beer. It's the beer month. This month is wine month. Yeah. So after lunch, during the lunch, I usually drink white wine or red wine. But today I got a mixed, so I got a little bit drunken, right? I'm feeling very nice. Oh, by the way, I just bought a kind of opener, yeah, a Chinese made. You know, I tried. It worked. How can I say? It worked something like 80%. He can press this one inside, but he cannot open 100%. He opened 80% of the top of the cord, right? So I think it's okay. It's Chinese made, very cheap, a small thing, right? So I give you my comment about the Chinese meat product. In Indonesia or in Thailand, they got a very negative impression on Chinese products, right? Especially for the rich people, they don't they don't like the Chinese made product because it's poor quality, right? My comment is, you should have some sympathy for Chinese, right? Not because I'm Chinese, right? Because you see, for these kind of products, you think that the price, the price is very, very low, unexpected low. How can you accept a good quality product with 10 times the price? You see? So I think if you think this way, you think it's forgivable, right? It's not easy. So you should see, Chinese people are hardworking and are clever enough. They're not perfect. They got many shortcomings and problems. I know, right? I always complain something up here. But in the meantime, my battery is getting low, so I charge it. So I think, considering the price and the functions, I think the product is okay. Yeah, I think it's okay. That's why even many people complain about China or criticize trying Chinese. But as a Chinese myself, I feel we are better than many, many other nations. In fact, all right, the economy is the second largest economy in China anyway. You cannot neglect this, right? So okay, I return to my topic of the novel. So the writers, because I remember I first read the novel in English, is Human Bondage, written by Mo, right? I don't know why, because accidentally I tried to learn English when I'm middle school, as that's something about 40 years ago. So I got a very deep impression. I cannot forget this, even though frankly speaking, I think maybe I can only understood 60% of the novels, but I got a very deep impression. Uh, Maybe the style he writes, right? He wrote, right? Not it's the past tense, yeah. And because the story, I mean, got something humorous, right? And something similar to myself, maybe. So I like it. Yeah. See, every time I borrow 5 books in the library here in Nanjing, right? But I always try to keep some novels by mom. If I met a book in the library written by mom, must I usually got his books in one of the 5, right? Especially the short stories, because time is limited and I'm too old, right? Another writer's novel, yeah, is a long too, so I cannot read 2 long novels at the same time. Yeah, only one novel, and the 2 or 3 kind of short stories or prose, right? That's my habit now. So when I read these some figures in mom's short story, I felt that must be something close with the writer himself. Yeah. And I got an impression that most famous writers, they are very abnormal, very strange. Yeah. In Indonesia is aneh. Yeah. In Chinese is 很奇怪. Yeah. In fact, they are not normal people. Yeah. If we're normal people, just like James Joyce, you can write a novel about a story within 24 hours. It's crazy. It's crazy. And after I have finished his biography of James Joyce, I confirmed my believing. Yeah, they are the abnormal people. They are very strange people, right? So I want you to read some novel, but I don't expect you to be a novelist, right? Right. I prefer a normal job. You can do some business, right? You can be official, a diplomat, or a governor, or a city mayor, something like that. I think it's better than to be a novel. They're crazy. I just finished the novel of Joseph Conrad. Yeah, Conrad is a Polish origin writers, famous English writers. They are very strange, and except at the end of his life, he got rich and famous, right? But before that, I don't think it's a normal life. And he got 2 sons who were very stupid also, sorry, because the reason I understand, because he chose an English lady to be his wife. Is a lower end wife, because at that time he's a foreigner. If you want to enter a developed country, you are not famous, you are not rich. How can you choose your wife, an elite wife? You cannot. So you can choose somebody lower. If you have chosen a wife, a lower end wife, how can you get a clever son? It's impossible, right? It's impossible theoretically. So I understand. He got very disappointed about his 2 sons. It's natural for me, because I have 4 sons. Two, or maybe one already disappointed. Another is a half 50%. The rest, I understand. I think it's after I changed. Yeah. I changed the ladies, right? I got a little bit improvement. I think in this field, I'm more experienced than Joseph Conrad. I liked another thing I'm thinking, why mom is classified as a second class, unlike E.M. Foster, or some Lawrence and Hardai. They are the first classified, right? I read these novels. I understand why more, even though one of the richest writers, right? He is classified as the second. I think because the story he told, I think for the writers, for the readers, they are the lower end or middle range, mostly. Yeah, so it's easy to understand. Yeah, it's normal. It's a common story. It was humor style. Yeah? And it's delicate enough. But compared with the first class, maybe he's lack of some imagination, maybe. Yeah. But for me, I think he's good enough to be my favorite writers, right? But you can try. Yeah. For example, when if you read Dubliners from James Joyce, you can see the difference. You can see the difference. Two famous writers, but different style, right? So, but for somebody who specializes in the literature, English literature, I think they will think James Joyce is higher. It depends on people also, right? So when I'm reading in the Chinese version, right, I also got an English version. Your sister helped me to get loaded, yeah, downloaded from the internet. Right? So I can read some English version also. So I think that's one of the textbooks in future. So I will try to teach you some English novels to help you to learn English, right? Okay, I just I'll continue my reading. Yes, I just think about it, and I recorded a little bit of my thinking. I think it's maybe it can help you learn something about it.